Hey YouTube, this is Matt from East Coast Geeks, and today we're going to be doing another tech review for you. What you see in front of you is a Well D90H. I picked this up at a convention for about 30 bucks last year, and if you're interested in the gun, you've probably seen a few reviews, and you'll notice that people either absolutely love the gun or absolutely hate the gun and say it's a waste of your money. It is an automatic electric gun, but allow me to clarify a little more specifically about what kind of AEG it is. This is what's known as an LPEG, or a low-powered electric gun, or a low-priced electric gun, depending on where you picked up the lingo from. LPEGs basically are a scaled-down version of full-size AEG. They have lower FPS, they are cheaper, and they're basically designed as an entry-level gun if you want to check out the sport of Airsoft without having to drop $200 on a full-size AEG. If you are looking for a full-size AEG P90, I would recommend that you look towards a much higher quality gun, either something by Tokyo Mari or even JG has a good P90 AEG. But for the sake of this review, I'm just going to be comparing it to other LPEGs of its class, because obviously comparing it to a full-size AEG, there would be no comparison. So, out of the box, there are a couple of things that you'll find in it. Hopefully, you'll have a gun. It also comes with a red dot sight. I have the sight right here. It's a very simple red dot sight. Basically, it has a cross sight. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Cross sight. The sight is not adjustable. It is only red, not green, and the intensity cannot be adjusted either. Uses 3-button batteries, can easily be accessible through the top here, and mounted on a 20mm revolver rail. I had a lot of issues zeroing in the sight to the gun, so I ended up just ditching it, and in place just using some traditional set of iron sights. What you see here, these are actually mods, separate mods, so just ignore that for now. You won't see that when you open up the box. It does come with this flashlight here. It's a normal flashlight, I mean, I can't really screw that up. And that can actually fit on the rail as well. It also comes with a suppressor, a mock suppressor. I've actually found in field tests that whenever I mount this suppressor, it's actually reduced the accuracy of the gun. I don't know if it's just imperfections in the barrel or if it's just a bad design on the company's part. But I've just ditched that as well, because, I mean, unless you think it looks cool on the gun, then I would use it. A couple of other things. It does come with a target. I don't have the target here. Basically a standard target catch for you to shoot at targets in your backyard. Also, plus a battery. It comes with a 7.2 volt, 400 milliamp hour battery, which is actually kind of sucks, but it's just a starting battery, plus a trickle charger for it. I wouldn't recommend using a speed charger for it because you'll likely fry the battery since it's such a low milliamp hours. But even if you wanted to get more serious with this gun, I would suggest upgrading to a battery with more milliamp hours anyway. It also does come with a set of shooting glasses. Standard set. I would like to note though that these are not ANSI rated shooting glasses. In fact, they're actually pretty much just cheap plastic. It's not really that big of a deal if you're just going to be in your backyard shooting up targets, because it'll keep you from shooting your eyes out, but I wouldn't exactly trust these for a more serious situation. The accessories, the sight, and the flashlight can be mounted on these set of rails. Yes, these are full-size replica 20mm Weaver rails, so if you have any accessories that fit on a 20mm Weaver rail, they will fit on this. And basically these can just be used through a simple screw for both of these. Use a screw, you can attach it, and lucky enough they supply you with a screwdriver, so that was nice of them. A couple of features. The back of the gun is where the battery is stored. There's a little latch here. Lower the latch, comes out, and then you can see the battery here. That's the starting battery. Standard plug, so if you have any other kind of batteries at home, you can actually swap them out. I wouldn't recommend a higher volt battery because you actually will damage the gun. I'll discuss that later when we talk about mods and upgrades. Oops. The magazine, if you've never seen a P90 before, it is a little more unconventional. just because of the way the magazine sits. Two buttons right here. Push them in, and then just pull, lift, and pull. The magazine for this Well P90 is actually kind of a disaster the way they designed it. It's gravity fed, but that's not really the issue at hand. The real issue is that the BBs don't feed uniformly, and that causes misfires. There are a couple of remedies for it, and we'll go ahead and discuss that later. I'll just go ahead and put this back in. Now, as far as performance goes, I actually found this wasn't half bad of a gun. The only thing that I didn't really like too much about it was the rate of fire. It was a bit lacking. The FPS, shooting .12s, was about 220 FPS, which it's not too bad for a gun of its class. The rate of fire, with just the stock battery, shoots about 7 or 8 shots per second, which in a CQB situation, I'd rather have something that has a much higher rate of fire. Something like that, I'd imagine, could be remedied with a different battery. Even a battery with a higher milliamp hours would do the trick. Getting back to the magazine, the capacity of the magazine out of the box is actually pretty nice. You can put more than 400 BBs in this thing. The only problem is because of the way it misfeeds, that capacity is pretty much useless. Out of the box, you'll find that this gun misfeeds about 2 out of every 3 shots, which is just completely unacceptable. You can upgrade the mag. You can mod the mag so that it doesn't have the feeding issues. You cannot buy a better mag to replace it. The reason being is that this magazine was individually designed. If you were to pick up a spring-fed magazine, say from Tokyo Mari P90, you'll notice that the feed hole is actually in a different location, and in order to make it work, make it fit, you would actually have to modify the chassis a bit and then possibly modify the internals to make it work. So no, you can't just buy a better magazine and then just plug it in and then it'll work fine. You have to work with this thing here, unfortunately. You're not going to find spare magazines of these, as far as I can see. Replacement parts, replacement magazines, I couldn't find them anywhere. So most of the time, you don't even have to remove this magazine, just keep it in there, and you can actually just feed the BBs in through the top here. This magazine does have the mod so that it doesn't feed, so it doesn't have the feeding issues. Right now, it's set as a high cap magazine. Can hold about 200 to 250 rounds, which is respectable for an LPEG with the high cap mag. It only misfeeds about 1 in every 20 shots, which is a lot better than what it was before. You can take it an extra step and turn it into a low cap mag. It'll hold about 40 to 50 rounds. Misfeeds only about 1 in every 56 shots, so you won't even have a misfeeding problem with the low cap mag. You're sacrificing the ability to hold more BBs, but you know the gun can actually fire, so why would you complain? Now you can see that I actually did make a couple of mods to this weapon. Just a couple of external things. You can see that the magazine made some modifications to it so it feeds properly. I also replaced the red dot sight with just a traditional set of iron sights. And that was just jury-rigged on that I salvaged from another gun that was broken, as well as an overhead laser sight. Doesn't interfere with the iron sights. Plus it looks cool, you know, scary, ooh. I will discuss the mods in my next video here. If you're interested in seeing what I did to improve the gun so that it can perform to specs with the other LPEGs of its class, go ahead and stick around. You can subscribe to us. Overall, out of the box, I would say this gun is not really a good buy, but with a couple of modifications, you can have this gun compete with any other gun of its class. Tune in next time and you can see how we can do that. Thanks for watching.